Namaste and welcome. I'm Sherry Don, and thank you for joining me today. We will be working with a foam roller and 2 yoga balls. You can substitute yoga balls for tennis balls or racket balls or any spherical object that you can lay upon and can press into your trigger points and certain areas of the body. So in practicing with the foam roller and the balls, we will be working through loosening fascia and tight muscles through your body. Sometimes this may be very intense in some structures. We want to avoid ever rolling over any bony parts of the body, such as the knees, the sides of the knees, shoulders, and especially the spine. Always stay on either side of the spine or to one side of one of these bony structures. So please, honor your boundaries when practicing with your foam roller or your balls. Please, go ahead and pause this video at this point to gather your tools and toys. And please, join me on your mat. And sit those tailbones down. Engage from the pelvic floor at the pubic bone. And lengthen through the spine. Sometimes I like to lean back off my legs just a little bit and feel that core engagement down low. And then rock back and forth just a little bit. Find that nice balance. I mean, it's not a lot of movement to get that low core to engage. Feel the spine lengthen. Closing the eyes about 9/10 of the way. And then turning the eyeballs up towards the middle of the brain, center of the forehead, activating that pituitary gland, your master gland, balancing your body pharmacy. Taking a few long, deep, slow breaths. Quieting your mind and preparing the body in mindful practice. Today we're going to Om into class, bringing the palms together at the heart center. Again, set that spine low. We're going to take 3 preparatory breaths before we begin Om. We will Om out 3 times in a row. And if you do not choose, you can hum along or just feel that vibration. Big, long, deep breath in. Exhale. 2 more. Final preparatory breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And begin. Long deep breath in, fill the lungs to capacity and retain the breath for just a moment or 2. Release the breath. Release Prana Mudra, the prayer hands. And come with the eyes open. Let's bring our booties up on the blocks. And take one ball. Well, let's put that ball right underneath the front of our foot. Kind of lean into that leg a little bit if you so choose and start to roll that ball real slow. Toe to heel. You might need to adjust wherever you start, wherever you roll to and roll from. But make these intentional. Nice slow rolls. And when you feel a tight or pinching area, you can either press and hold on it or do a real gentle, slow roll back and forth over the top of it, which is what I like to do. Kind of sends you through the roof a little bit. But that helps to soften those ligaments in the feet. Now the feet are mostly ligaments, very few muscles. The muscles that operate most of the feet and toes are up in the calf area in front of the shins side. So almost all of this in the feet is ligament. Tendons are small muscles. So I also like to pin one toe to the ground and go back and forth on the ball with my heel. This will massage that gastroc tendon. So if you've ever had any issues in your gastroc or the heel cord, right at the base of the heel, right here is where it attaches. This big group of muscles here. So I like to give that a little bit of attention there. And on occasion, when you press and roll on that, you might get a little bit of sensation up through that calf muscle. And then I like to reverse that, set the heel to the earth, and put the ball under the heads of the metatarsals, those long bones in the feet, and run that back and forth. I also like spreading the toes and letting the toes wrap around the ball, almost like holding the ball in your hand. Now, whatever feels good to your feet. Ah, yes. And sometimes I get cramps in my toes. I'm trying to roll out on the ball. Sometimes I like to let my hands open those toes up. If you feel like you want to get deeper and the seated position is not quite performing that depth, then we can always stand up and really bear weight through that ball. You can test it and see if that's good. Woo! Yeah, that really intensifies. Take it up through the arch of the foot, nice and slow, from the big toe to the heel. And then take it down through the outer border of the foot, nice and slow. And then go back and forth through the center of the arch a couple times. Right there. So there are points in the bottom of the foot that correlate with each and every organ in the body. on the feet and hands. It's our reflexology. So sometimes when there's an issue in one of our organs, like in the heart or the liver or the kidneys or what have you, the spleen, one of these points on the feet will be extremely tender. So pressing into that will refer that energy to whatever point in the reflexology lines that will help to facilitate healing, opening, relaxing, releasing. Yeah, my right side's feeling a lot of tension, and it's representing through these feet. And when you feel complete on that foot, or it's all fired up and you've had enough, one or the other, go ahead and have a seat and try the other foot, or just avoid the blocks altogether if you just want to get right into it. It's up to you. This is your practice, your self-care. We're offering time to help find out more about our own bodies and do things that we don't always normally do at home.
This is great.
Isn't this fabulous? I love these balls. My balls stay with my yoga mat at home. My couple of blocks, and yeah, I've got my little props. But my balls are always with my yoga mat at home. And you will love them when we get them up into the back because you do so much. Yeah, we're also going to do a little bit to the hands. Okay, yeah. I'm going to talk that, so I've been doing a little more practice. Some pretty intense. Oh, that was tight. Okay. Oh, yeah. Woo-hoo.
I rub my feet every night, and often my heel, I want to get deeper on it. So this is great.
There you
It's
go.
like with your
So
hands, you can.
These, right, yeah, well, you can with your knuckles. And I'm also taking a course on soft tissue mobilization with use of tools for my massage stuff that really gets deep and doesn't mess up my hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you get a trigger point, take care of it. Yeah, see, right to left. I thought my right foot would be much more intense, but my left is really starting to feel this. I've got some pretty grumpy spots in here. Oh yeah. So work until you feel complete, roughly the same amount of time per side. We'll get through everything.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, you found it, did you? Good for you. Good for you. Right on that heel, huh?
You're on the front edge of it.
Oh yeah. See, and that's where the arch ligaments attach. Is in the front part of that heel.
And I have pretty high arches.
Yeah. And that's usually a good thing. So those are our leaf springs, basically. Those give us our spring for walk and run.
That's where
Oh yeah, there's a nasty one right there. God mercy. All right, so from one highly sensitive area, which is the bottom of the feet, we're going to move into the other highly sensitive area of reflexology, for hands. So, okay, trying to get that one out. Woo! Okay, so we're going to come on down to our booties and blocks in front of us. Have a comfortable seat and move those blocks wherever in between your legs you would like. Take the ball, set it on the blocks. Take your hand, put the hand down on the blocks wherever you want, and then use the other hand to get just a little bit of weight. Okay? And roll through that hand the same way you roll through that foot. Maybe roll over those fingers. One finger down on the ball and roll the finger. Then put the other finger on the ball and roll through that finger. Do it to each of those fingers. Ooh, yeah, that's nice. Roll through the base of all those fingers. Circle of the palm. And also flipping that hand over to reverse. We're all flexor, flexor, flexor. This is the main function of the hand. So to reverse that, we'll put the ball on the back of the hand right at that little knuckle and use like a C shape, push on the outer and the pinky and the pointer fingers head. Push until you do a backward rainbow on that hand. So just kind of reversing the flexion. Maybe gently going up the back of the hand through the metacarpals, up and down. Wow, we have happiness, happy face. Good stuff.
and if you pop some crinkles.
And see, we are readjusting and realigning some of those ligaments that the hands like to keep, or ligaments and tendons, very small muscles inside called intrinsic muscles that only go, little bitty tiny muscles. So make sure you take it to the wrist, go back and forth on the wrist a few times, and then go up and down on the wrist a couple times. So there's a big fibrous band on the front and back side that wrap around the wrist called the reticulum. I just lost my words. It's the reticulum that holds down all those tendons. So the fibers of it run up and down, but it attaches side to side. So give that a little bit of love too, front and back. Just notice again all those little spots. Yeah. Also know that the two spots on your hands that develop arthritis the quickest, pointer finger at the base and the base of the thumb where it joins at the wrist are the two spots that develop arthritis quickest. So these two fingers. Imagine one. And then let's go ahead and take that ball, set it right about to the middle, put the wrist down on it. Use a little bit of weight through that wrist and roll slowly up through the forearm. You'll probably find a couple of spots in that forearm that sing to you.
This is making me drool. Aren't you glad I'm in front?
That's a good
What's your
sign.
mask on? Yeah, I do, but what's your mask on? Okay, so all of the muscles that run the hand are up here in the forearm, and they attach on either side of the elbow. So you can either, with the ball, gently turn the arm. Be careful with this because those insertions can be very, very tender. But turn to the inside of the elbow and give it just a little bit of roll. Or right here, right here. Yeah, or you can take the ball in the opposite hand and just give it a little love on that inside of the elbow. Give it a little love on the outside. Ooh, that one shot all the way through my scapula. Okay, those are called trigger points. Either active or latent or referred trigger points.
When you suck in all the saliva again.
Yeah. Oh.
So much for relaxation.
Well, you'll feel it. And massage gets into those always spots too, but you walk out feeling completely relaxed, don't you? Ah. So yeah, you know your body better than I or anyone else. Roll yourself where you feel on these arms, okay? Wherever you feel. Now know that when you turn your thumb out, you're crossing the ulna and radius, okay? So from anatomical position, the ulna and the radius are running in the same line. So if you turn that thumb down, you've just crossed these bones, okay? So to get to the back of the hand, or the front, we're gonna have to more than likely use the ball to run through the front, because when you roll it down, you've crossed those bones. Or you can just roll this front section and then roll the back section and cross right about in the middle when you roll your hands. So if you grab your little forearm, thumb out and roll that thumb, you can feel the cross of those bones. Grab hold, Michelle. Feel it right there at the where everything narrows in the arm. You can feel that cross. The radius crosses over the ulna. So whenever you're rolling out your forearms, just be aware of that bone cross, and it could be very tender, and you might need to do a little something different.
But when we did our forearm, I thought it wasn't turned in, it was just neutral here, or is that turned in?
Well, okay, so we're not turning the thumb down. When we're doing the front of the forearm, we're abducting and then saying, well, we are turning it, never mind. So anatomically, yeah. So forearm, just be careful where you cross at those bones is the whole point of the,
Yeah, okay.
And I was bass backwards on the roll. Whether it's thumb out, in line, thumb down, crossed.
Okay. I never knew that.
Ooh, yeah. Right where those would cross. Oh, yeah. All right. So when you feel complete, get onto that other hand.
When we rolled out the fingers, you do the thumb too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The thumb is the powerhouse of the hand. you found your spot, huh? Is that your brush holding hand?
Yeah, it is.
And Dan, we're gonna get into those in just a second here. Yeah, and we're gonna get into here. Ooh, have mercy. But we're gonna do it with the roller. So, you know, do your hands, both hands, get to the other side. Do a little bit of rolling. Oh my goodness. Notice your differences from side to side. And Dan, if you want to roll through that front, grab the roller for that. And if you've already made it up into your shoulders and you want to work here, so we want to come down onto the roller a little bit forward and reach that arm out. Now be very careful of the armpit area. The axillary is what it's called. There's a bundle of nerves in this armpit, and they operate the hands. So try to keep that roller right in front on that tendon. You can feel the where you grab right here. That's your pectoral head.
Okay.
That goes up into the arm. So try to stay on that.
Okay.
And away from this soft spot of the armpit, okay? Then you can also move to the back and get the latissimus dorsi and the lower traps in this back. It's attached to the scapula here, but again, careful of this area right through here. Your ticklish spot typically. That's where all those nerves are located. So, really, oh goodness, yes. Little bitty movements. Take that arm out and gently roll heart down, forward and back, whatever feels right. But to move, lift the body, avoid those nerves, that nerve bundle. They're called plexuses. Ooh, yeah. Ooh.
Music's beautiful right now. Regular springs.
Yeah, it's a shaman song. And the only words in it are Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Ah. And moving on over the other side. Oh yeah.
So Sherry, you did this, the muscle that we grabbed in the front,
On the pack.
the back. And did you do something else on the side when I was sort of involved in me and I sort of,
I took care of the pack,
okay,
and then I lifted up and rolled over, and I took care of the latissimus dorsi, teres minor, and the trap, all of these lower scapular movers. Ah, there you go. But be careful of that ticklish spot.
okay, there's
Okay, so roll far enough back that you feel it on this outer border. Okay? And then you can, my ladies, if you can, roll a little bit deeper onto the pack, which brings the roller about down to here. So through the tops of the pack.
and you're doing that, approaching it from the side, or you're going right face down?
For the tops of the packs, I'm going face down. So you can roll in like this. Actually, wrong side. Roll like this.
So you're getting both sides at once?
I lift up on one side because that's too intense for me.
Okay.
That's what you wanted to do. No, there's not enough movement that way. Kind of have to do the one at a time. The loose side of the body helps to roll
It's amazing.
We're taking care of not only your fascia, but any trigger points in the muscles you may have. So your fascia is the webbing that holds all the muscles together. It holds all the ligaments together. It is basically the most amount of tissue in the body is fascia. Holds the skin onto the body. And it's like a sheet. Whenever it gets bunched up, you can take and pinch a sheet and watch how it ripples all the way through, and it will affect all four corners of your sheet. So fascia, when it gets bunched up and pinched up anywhere in the body, it can have an effect on other areas in the body. And so after we're done with your roller on the pecs and the lats, then we can take the roller and lay on it at the shoulder blades. Be careful again, because we're on bone and there's not a lot of protective tissue. So roll those hearts open and just roll on the shoulder blades a little bit to the rear delts. Just a little bit through there. And if you want to get really deep into those muscles that run on both sides of the spine, I do that with my balls. So I usually give my roller, because I have a roller at home too. So the roller helps me to open up the shoulders a little bit and reverse that forward flexion just right through the scapula. Oh yeah. And then I dispatch the roller and trade it out for balls. Bring those balls right in between those shoulder blades. Lay on down and start to roll the balls from, I can get them up here into the upper traps and roll them all the way on either side of the spine down, however far you would like to get it. You can use one ball or you can use two balls. Yogi's choice. So I like to flip back and forth from the roller to the balls, depending on how great the area is that I'm trying to get after. That's where I was at with it too.
So when you start, and you go to lie down, where do you hold them? I'm having a hard time placing it when I lie down without going willy-nilly.
Put them right there.
Okay.
Because that's where my arms can hold them to where I can get down onto them.
Okay.
My arms can hold them wherever that other one. We just have that. And then I lift my booty gently and kind of walk the balls up the sides of the spine. Oh, yeah. So this one is my favorite of all, is with those balls on either side of the spine and rolling it up through the erector spinae. Those lovely long muscles that help to pull the trunk backwards and look up. Oh yeah. Good stuff, man. Now do not be surprised if you have soreness tomorrow from this. Depending on how deep you get and how many trigger points and tight fascial bunches that you have, depends on how sore you will be. And I also like to work it all the way up into the traps.
Okay.
So I hold my head up through my interlaced fingers on the back of the head, and I roll through those balls all the way to my trap. And then I lift my hips a little higher and push those balls right into the tops of the traps in a little modified kind of bridge, and then go back and forth on them a little bit. Oh, goodness. Yeah. You know, just play with your body movements. Play with where these balls feel the best, how you can move on them, or the roller, or you know, whatever. And then bring those balls on down, down, down the spine, and get into the top of the pelvis area. That space between the bottom of the rib cage and the top of the pelvis that's right next to the spine, that muscle is called quadratus lumborum, and we call it QL for short. That is the main muscle that leans the body to the side. So if you have really tight lateral flexion, get into these little muscles right here. Give those a little bit of a roll. Careful of how far out on the flanks you go. Always being aware of, you know, your body. Oh, good one, Rob. Look at that. Woo! Working that low pelvis. Wiggle, wiggle. Very good, Rob. That's an awesome one. After you're done doing both sides of the spine and the QL area and the mid traps, and you just feel lovely. Okay, lift the hips up and take the balls and scoot them into the soft spot of your booty. Slide on either side, a little further up, Michelle, a little further up, either side of the sacrum. That is your piriformis muscle. Those are the muscles that rotate the hip. Well, one of them. That's one of the main muscles that rotate the hip.
Okay, this class is a gold winner.
Now this is a good one for the slow class. Self-care today. It's all about self-care today. Love thyself. So I don't even have to do a lot of instruction. I'm just going to sit here and feel good myself.
I don't know, I learned an awful lot today. So you're giving some kind of instruction.
Well, yeah.
When I've been to rolling classes, it's not specific enough. So I do things like hit the nerves under my armpit and go, wow, I've been to barf, you know, and instead of getting out of it when I should.
Right.
So that this is, I've learned a lot.
Awesome. Well, I'm here to please and teach and make y'all feel fabulous. Because a happy body is a happy mind. A happy mind is a good society. Because when we're angry and hurting, we give that. You cannot give something you do not have. If you do not have happiness, you cannot give it. If you do not love yourself, you cannot share it. That's one of a huge lesson I've learned. Off and on, off and on, off and on. Oh, there we go. All right, everyone's found their piriformis muscle and given their glutes and their pelvises a little bit of love. So now we're going to go ahead and sit on up and grab that roller. And we're going to get, where was I going with that? So we can bring that to the hamstring. Roll, sitting in the middle of the mat. Lift the leg and bring that roll over here. And then lift up, lighten your legs, and roll. Hands. Not so bad. Hammies are doing pretty good from what it looks like. Everyone's doing okay. Well, we're going to get into that IT band, which is going to be a screamer. It is on every human. For whatever reason, everyone's IT bands are just, every time I touch someone's IT band in massage, they're like, oh, oh, back off.
You say, have you been good?
So that IT band can be pretty grumpy. So after we're done with those hamstrings there, we'll go back and forth on that. Okay, first we're going to go to the muscle of the IT band, which is called tensor fasciae latae. Fun name, I love that. We call it TFL for short. And I like to get into that one with one ball. So if you go to your pelvis, and there's this soft spot, right? You find that bony at the top of the femur. That's the top of your femur. It's called greater trochanter. And you go right up above that really soft spot between the top of the pelvis and that femur. You get into that soft spot there, right on the side. Okay? Put that ball right into that soft spot. Come on down onto it. Find your elbow first. Be careful. Ooh, yeah, be careful. Okay. I'm not holding. Take the top leg, put the foot down. You can either put forward or back, doesn't matter. Other elbow on the earth. Now we want to go a little bit of forward and back. Oh, goodness. Forward and back on that. I just got a massage 2 days ago, so I'm still tender. Oh, Jane, this is going to be a good one for you, love. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So this is that muscle that we need to work on. This is what that muscle does, okay? So real gentle, back and forth, from the front of the body to the back of the body. That's cross friction. So the fibers of that muscle run up and down from the shoulders to the hip. And when they contract, they lift that leg up. Okay? So we want to go forward and back to cross fiber. Notice where you're breathing at. When you find one of those spots, try to lengthen the breath, because we all go as soon as we hit it. But try to lengthen that breath out. Oh my goodness gracious, that is just delicious. Oh. There's a mean old trigger point right there. Woo! Okay, now to go down the IT band, that is the beginning of that IT band. That's the muscular part of that IT band. And then all that muscle gathers up right around that greater trochanter, that bony spot on the hip. That's another reason why that bony spot can be kind of tender. So you can use the ball and rub that little bony spot a little bit up and down side to side.
Oh, I think I was there before the last time. I'm really short in my torso.
That's okay.
I was about here. Well, I'm here.
So the next to get down the IT band, I take the roller out and come to the booty, right around that greater trochanter area. And then kind of drop down. Now again, that top leg is supporting the weight, either in the forward or back. It depends on how much you want to roll onto that IT band, and then come up on And you might have to walk it down a little bit. Step the foot and walk it down. Oh, yeah, Rob, you love that one, huh? Oh, yeah, he's all smiles. He's just been great today. He's like, oh, smiling. Just digging this roller class.
That's a grimace.
Is that a grimace? That didn't look like a grimace to me. Those cheeks are pretty shiny.
Mm.
A grimace might be a little more into the forehead. Okay, that's a grimace. That was a grimace.
Yeah, you can tell. That's
Oh.
definitely a grimace.
So be careful with this IT bend. And again, this can be very, very tender through that outer leg. Avoid bringing it to the knee. Only take it through that thigh area. Avoid the fibular head. Avoid that. All right. And then get onto that other side, trade out, roller for ball. Get into that TFL with your ball. Oh my goodness, we're rolling the whole class. We're not even going to get into the kick it and relax for 5-10 minutes on that. I'm planning on Supta Buddha Konasana with the blocks and the bolster and kind of laying back and just chilling. That's going to be the completion. So I guess the quickest we can get through all these. It's just so awesome to find these alleys and work on them.
For me, it seems successful just to not move and just sit with it, too, you know?
Yeah, that's your trigger point, really. Yeah. So when you do those, you know from our training in massage,
Yeah.
you press and hold 10 to 12 seconds and then let it go.
Let it go, right?
Oh my goodness, that TFL is just grumpy on both sides of my body today.
You don't even know it until you start this.
Exactly, and that's when you find those trigger points. Those are your latent trigger points. You don't even know they're there until you touch them. You're like, oh yeah. And then if they refer, then we've got another issue going on. We probably need to work on a meridian.
This runs top to bottom, so you go side to side.
Yeah, that's cross friction. So you go front to back on this one. Right. I mean, you can go up and down, but you're running in the same direction as the fibers. And it doesn't do as much of a deep tissue release. So if you want to get into a little bit further, we're going to get into the quad tendon. This one's going to be a lot less moving. We'll roll onto our tummy, bend one leg and lift off that hip and then place that ball. So when you push that knee, bend that leg and you push that knee into the earth and lift off this hip, grab your right below that hip bone and find that with the sinewy band right there. Okay, that's your quadriceps tendon. Take the ball, set it right around on that quadriceps tendon, roll down onto it gently. And you can straighten the leg because having that leg straight will loosen that muscle up a little bit and just move it a little bit forward and back. Oh, mine are tight, it's all get out. So I'm going to do the press and hold like Rob likes to do. Just sit there. Put it right on that tendon and just hang out for 10 to 12 seconds. And again, to do the cross friction massage, the muscle fibers run up and down. So you'll want to go just a little bit side to side, and these are real small movements because you'll pop off this tendon really quickly. So that's going to release those hip flexors a little bit because we spend so much time in sitting. These fibers can kind of bunch up and knot up and so state when everything bunches together and doesn't open. This is going to help to open that up and relax those. Give it a few breaths. And then gently coming off and trade sides. Notice from one side to the next where you're at. The dominant side will probably be a lot more tender. It runs right along the lines of that TFL, that muscle in the side of the hips. You get really tight. It's beneficial to do this every week to 2 weeks, as a matter of fact. Really get those legs loosened up. Switch it out if you haven't done the roller on the side on the other IT band. Where'd you find that? Get that IT band. Oh yeah. After you get that IT band on the opposite side, we can get into those quadriceps by just rolling over, putting that roller right at the tops of the quads, bend the knees a little bit. Just walk around. So your choice. And your hello, Masayo. Now be careful with the roller when you get really close to those knees because it's going to get a little tender. And you can also direct whether you get to the outside quadriceps tendons by rolling the toes in right through the middle of the quadriceps by keeping the feet in neutral. Or separate the legs a little bit, turn the toes out to get more towards the middle. Turn your toes out. Open your legs up a little bit, Michelle, and turn your toes out.
It's this, I wanted to get the outsides.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You are just in heaven, aren't you? Goodness. You came for a workout?
Nice and
Yeah. When those eyes go up into the back of the head.
It couldn't be it couldn't be a better timing after a week.
Awesome. So you can get these rollers. I think they have them at Walmart. They have just the little regular foam rollers that you make pillows and what have you out of.
They have balls.
Yeah. The blue balls are racket balls that I got at Walmart.
Okay.
They're like $3 for a container of 3 of them. They're like $1 a piece, no big deal.
I might have more than one. I've never tried to use more.
I like using doubles, definitely.
Yeah, that was great on the back.
Oh yeah, I have spent, I don't know how many hours laying in front of the fire with those balls underneath my back. anyone who's all done and wants to chill out for a moment or two. I didn't grab my tools here, but you get go ahead and set up for Supta Buddha Konasana, recline bound angle, or you can just Supta Konasana, just recline. Your choice. This is your self-care class today. Now make sure you drink plenty of water this afternoon, please. All of this rolling squeezes all the toxicity out of those tissues. Now we want to wash it out. Just incline your bolster, lean back. We only have a couple of minutes. Just give yourself some nice long deep breaths and do a nice body scan. Wherever you want to be. I'm going to fix that. Nice long, deep, slow breath. You just gave yourself an assisted massage. Rolling out all of those nasty little spots in the tendons, ligaments, muscles, and getting to know your body just a little bit better. Breathe into this beautiful body of yours. Offer this oxygen to each and every cell in your body. Allow regeneration to occur, relaxation. Quiet the mind and just be a witness to your own body's living. You're one more body scan as you deepen and lengthen the breath. And slowly and gently begin to bring the mind and body back to the outer space. And in your own time and tempo, make your way
Up slowly and gently to a seated position. The closing of the class. Bring the palms back into prana mudra for a pose. Thank yourself for giving this time to your body, making yourself feel deliciously happy. May we be at peace. May our hearts remain open. May we be healed. May we be a source of healing for other beings. May we awaken to the light of our own true nature. Take this healing with you until we meet again. Namaste.